They're now known by numbers: 618-815, 658-279. Their freedom taken away because of crimes they've committed. But 9 of them are doing something special with their time, changing lives they'll never meet.
Getting up every day and knowing that what I'm going to do today has so much meaning.
I've been taken from people all my life, and now it's a chance to give back, and that's awesome.
Jerry Blaze, Lance Shelton, and Rodney Houghton are among service dog trainers for WAGS, Working Animals Giving Service to Kids, a charity that needed free help.
And I never imagined, never, that what we've been able to create here, how it's changed lives inside the prison, not just for the kids we place the dogs with.
24/7, the inmates train their dogs tricks to help kids in need, while teaching themselves lessons they'll need on the outside.
We are a zero-tolerance group, and once you decide to attend to our animals, you can't get in trouble. You have to choose to not get in trouble.
The dogs require them to be responsible, disciplined, patient, and compassionate.
It's teaching things that I could take 50 years in a classroom and never teach, so it's a wonderful thing.
There are more than 2,200 inmates incarcerated here and a handful of dogs. And despite all of the programs being offered, the dogs are making one of the biggest differences.
And it tends to calm the facility down, it reduces violence, it reduces misconduct by the offenders, and it creates a home atmosphere almost.
And what have they learned about themselves?
There's a good person inside of here. It's much better doing time with a dog that don't talk back than with another inmate.
Lifelong change is really up to them. It's not something WAGS is going to do for them. Certainly, it's an opportunity for them to see a different way.
It's a chance for me to do something that's greater than myself. Society looks at us as inmates, as what we've done to get ourselves here. And this is a chance to prove that that's not what we're about. We're more than the things that we've done to come here. We're good people.
These are airplanes being built, multi-million-dollar business jets being assembled right here in Northeast Ohio at Nexstant Aerospace, headquartered at the Cuyahoga County Airport. It's a unique, growing, and incredibly successful company putting Cleveland on the world aviation map.
Cleveland, I'll have to tell you, there's probably no better salesman than me for Cleveland.
Nexstant is the creation of native Clevelander Ken Rickey, who learned about flying in the Air Force and for over 30 years has become one of aviation's great innovators with his ability to see the possible.
Anytime I look at a business or I look at an idea that we could do, I always ask the question, what's unique about this? And then if I can identify what's unique about it, is it sustainable?
Rickey's idea was to take older existing airplanes, strip them down, and remanufacture them with the most technologically advanced new engines, interiors, computers, and avionics. The result is the 400 XT, which is being sold all over this country and all over the world. Nexstant is just one of a number of aviation companies he's created, bought, or developed.
In the 15 years that I've really been building aviation businesses here, brought almost 1,200 people from other cities here to work in these aviation companies.
The success of Nexstant has already brought over 150 new high-skilled jobs here to Northeast Ohio, and that was just in the first 6 months. When the company rolls out its new aircraft next month, that number will double.
These are highly technical jobs. We are assembling aircraft, and we sell today about 40% of our sales have left the country. So we have technical, highly skilled jobs in Cleveland, and we're exporting planes out of the country. Cleveland is a leader in this field.
Some of these planes are heading to customers in Asia, and by 2013, Nexstant will build and ship 48 of these business jets every year. And from there, who knows what else is possible. In Richmond Heights, Dick Russ, Channel 3 News.
Go hands-free or pay up. Luckily, technology has advanced in the form of smartphone apps that operate by voice command. But which ones really give you the freedom to keep your eyes on the road and hands away from your home screen? One of the most popular voice command services is Siri. Now, she's only on the iPhone 4S and now iPhone 5, so we're going to put her to the test. Text Barry Wolf.
Okay, I can send a text to Barry Wolf for you.
Completely by voice command, Siri took the text verbatim.
I'm running about 10 minutes late.
And with a simple voice command,
ready to send it?
Yes.
The message was delivered. Email was a little more complex.
Send an email to Susan Moses.
I couldn't find Susan Moses in your contacts.
If a contact isn't an email, Siri had a hard time spelling out an email address.
So not everyone has Siri. There are a few apps that you can download, some of them for free, some of them that you can pay for.
For $2.99, we bought and tried out Voice Command, designed for iPhone and iPad. You can ask it to do anything or look up any kind of information.
Text Barry Wolf, I'm running late. Now the only problem here, it's accurate, I just still have to hit send.
Dictated email also works, only if the contact is in your phone, and once again, I'd have to hit send.
Dial 216-344-3300.
If Voice Command didn't understand, it would send me to another search engine.
Vlingo was another free app.
Vlingo works for iPhone, Android, and just about any other smartphone. To activate, you have to tap and speak. It took several tries to send a text message.
Text Barry Wolf, running 10 minutes late. Finally recognized Barry. Call Barry Wolf. Well, found his phone number, at least.
To call, there's still hand involvement. We tried a couple of others. The free ones aren't always accurate or understood as easily. In all, Siri required the least amount of interaction. Voice Command came in a very close second.
One year after the tragic shooting inside Chardon High School, and students want everyone to know they're back on their feet.
We as Hilltoppers refuse to be consumed by feelings of sadness and bitterness.
In lockstep and locked arms, students and teachers walked from the school to Chardon Square. It was a walk of hugs and helpful support on signs, ribbons, and in cheerful applause. It's a short walk compared to the emotional journey each has taken this year.
At the time, it seemed as though recovery may be a long and painful road. It was hard to even imagine setting foot back into the building where such a tragedy occurred.
The one-year anniversary commemorates the lives of those who were killed and those survivors.
It's been a hard day in the sense that it has been 1 year, but it's also been a great day in the support that they've given to each other.
There's a strong sense of peace and companionship, very strong student body. They've gained a lot from this.
Since the tragedy, the district has found a new sense of security that doesn't include guns or more barriers, but instead starts with caring.
I genuinely believe there is more kindness at Chardon High School than ever before.
It reflects in the community that calls itself close-knit and neighborly. The community found itself side by side with students sharing kind words and candles as the day drew to a close, gathered with a gazebo in the center of the square. They came here 1 year ago in disbelief, sadness, and pain. They returned with a better sense of themselves and with a shared strength of their number.
But I'm so honored to be part of a community that has responded so well and come so far in a year.
These are the sights and sounds of what those living on Arboretum Court face today.
We've never seen anything like this first time.
For Shadrick Valdez, this is a first, and possibly a last. He lives next to a creek that went over its banks and caused more damage to his rented home than he cares to think about.
A place that's already water damage and last minute results, trying to find somewhere to go and pick up prized possessions, it makes it really hard.
Dry it out first of all. 2 doors down, Mark Nichols has the same flooding, although this is not his first encounter with the waters.
With enough notice, I was able to take everything up off of the floor, unplug everything, so I don't think other than a little bit of water damage, I won't have much problem.
Ripping out carpet and trying to dry the floors is what these people living on this quiet little street plan on doing. All because Mother Nature flexed her mighty muscles and left those folks waterlogged.
2 times in 3 years you move. I think I'll probably stick it out. I don't see why not.
But Valdez has different thoughts.
I think it's time to move.
In Plain Township, Barry Wolf, Channel 3 News. The largest county in the state of Ohio is dealing with some tough issues these days.
We're at a mass euthanasia status right now. Our shelter is severely overcrowded.
Within just 5 days, the Ashtabula APL received 31 dogs from the dog warden. That is 1/3 of what they can handle. So with every cage being spoken for, they need to find these dogs homes quickly.
Part of it has to do with a continuing stagnant economy. People are losing their homes, they're losing their jobs, they're moving in with family or rental units that don't allow pets.
This problem seems to present itself every couple of years, but this year it feels very different.
It's hard on everybody. You know, it's hard on the staff, it's hard on the volunteers. It's also hard on the community.
And Dr. Fiala and her members are doing their best to help save the lives of our four-legged friends.
It's hard to see, a dog like Max knowing that, he might not be around simply because we don't have the physical space.
The shelter has until Sunday to find home for these animals, or they say they'll be forced to put the animals down.
I really don't want to think about that. Like I said, failure is not an option, not for these guys.
In Ashtabula County, Barry Wolf, Channel 3 News.
Good evening, Russ. Becky Dean started noticing cracks in the walls of her house back in September, not long after a fracking well started drilling right across the street about 1,000 feet away. Well, since then, more and more cracks have appeared, and on top of that, the noise inside the house became unbearable.
We are stuck. We're absolutely stuck.
Becky Dean is stuck in a house with cracking walls and crumbling mortar, which she blames on the constant vibrating thud coming from the fracking well across the street.
The sound's always there. You can't get it out of your head.
Before the drillers put mufflers on their drilling equipment a couple weeks ago, Becky recorded what it sounded like every day at 3 a.m. while she was trying to get some sleep.
We hear is like we're standing under a helicopter. It's like the helicopter's on the ground, or there's a diesel semi-truck sitting right next to your bedroom window 24/7.
Dean has noted every single crack with the time and date it appeared. She has the rocks which shook loose off her fireplace and has before and after photos to prove the cracks were not there before the well. And she wants to warn anybody thinking of leasing their land to consider the cost to their own lives and to their neighbors.
They see the dollar sign. They see the large number and they see the dollar sign. They don't see what's coming to their community. They don't see that the big trucks are coming in. They don't see that their children's way of lives are over.